Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back to our live. We're your hosts, Noah and Cesar. How are you doing, Cesar?
Doing fine. Thank you so much. Roasting here in Texas.
Yeah.
So
We're roasting here in Florida, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But doing fine. Thank you.
So last Thursday, we had a very informative and touching show with Amparo Sansen. She shared a lot of thoughts with us and also about what she's been doing for the Latino roofers in the roofing community in general. If you didn't catch that live, you can check that out on Facebook. On our profile, it's under videos, and you can just watch the whole thing on there. So today we are actually joined by the queen in the claims industry, our very own director of operations, Isabel. Isabel, thank you so much for being here.
Bravo.
There you go. There she
is. Hi, Isabel.
No, really, had to convince me to do this.
Yes, I know. But you look good. So
it's been a long day already.
Okay. Literally. Well, Isabel, thank you so much for being here. I mean, we know that you're busy. We know that everything that is going on with YVA and by the way, soon YLLA, we are gonna have that great show on Thursday with Cam Wade. Stay tuned. But anyway, you're busy, so we do appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Ready to shed some knowledge to help everybody out.
There you go. So, Isabel, you and I, we met in person last year at, what was it called, in Frisco? Don't remember what was it?
It was like a storm restoration summit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, you guys out there, you can tell that she knows, you can tell that she knows her stuff. People actually approach her, and it was just great to meet her in person. So, Isabel, the first question that I want to ask you, okay, tell us a little bit about yourself. What brought you into this industry?
Okay, well, I came into this industry. This month is actually going to be 7 years that I've been in this industry. I transitioned from, I transitioned from being a bartender to working at Bulldog. It happened very, I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. I just said, I want to work a 9 to 5 job. So, I applied, I got hired by Bulldog, and between one thing to another, like I was a PA, hurricane hit, we started growing, and then here we are today. I definitely grew from that receptionist that I was hired at Bulldog to now the director of operations for not only YVA, for Bulldog, YLLA, and more coming soon, brands that are going to be, coming as well. But it's definitely been a journey. But that's literally what brought me into this industry. And I never thought, and I went to school as well. I went to school, to be a psychologist for public administration. I never thought this was going to be where I ended up. But after going to school for so long and after being in this industry, I decided to just choose the industry over what I went to school for. So,
well, you must enjoy it. You've been here for a long time. And you've definitely grown through it with everyone.
Definitely. I sometimes as I drive by, I look at roofs, I look at houses, and I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like, I catch myself staring at all of this. Even when I train others, or even when people approach me for questions and I answer, I surprise myself. I'm like, who would have thought, this is what it came down to, like, that I'm able to answer all these construction questions, these roofing questions. Like, when I have experts coming to me asking me for questions, I feel honored. I'm like, wow, you're the roofer, but you're asking me for questions? Great. Right. So it's definitely been a journey.
Well, that's definitely why I said you're the queen in this. Yeah. Go ahead, Cesar.
And like I said, you got the knowledge. I mean, when I saw people approaching you, and asking you questions, I mean, it's because So
of course, I do learn new things every day. Don't get me wrong. I do learn from many others in this industry who have been here for a lot longer. But I take their knowledge and I apply it to what we need, and I try to make it better.
Right. Well, that's the point of everything in general. But I know that we were just talking about how you got involved. My question is, how are you involved currently with YVA? What's your main focus right now?
So my main focus is just basically all the operations of YVA. Like I was saying, every day we learn something new. So I made sure that I apply what I've learned into our process. I make sure that our process could be as streamlined as possible. And every day, if there's a change that needs to be made, I make it. I take, every contractor's feedback into consideration as well. If he also believes that there's something that we could do better, I'm going to take that back into, and revise our SOPs and revise the way that we do things in order to always get the best result for our contractor.
Yeah, very much agree. So where do you think right now that we are standing as compared to, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago?
So 3, 4, 5 years ago, Bulldog was just based out of Florida. And we would handle directly to consumers. So we would handle directly to the homeowner. We will market for that. We will go door to door. It was that was our MO basically. And now we've completely turned it around. We have a whole virtual ideology behind everything. We market to contractors instead of to consumers, and our whole market base has changed. So we're on a way higher scale. Before it was only Florida. Now we're in 47 other states plus DC. So we have grown tremendously within such a small amount of time.
What brought that change on?
Truthfully, the owners of Bulldog have always been big visionaries. So even after Hurricane Irma hit, shortly after that, once that big hustle kind of ended, we started thinking about other ways that we could grow Bulldog adjusters. One of them was to get licensed in other states. So we did get licensed in other states initially, but we were still marketing to consumers. So we would try to find a bunch of PAs, kind of like foot on the ground type of scenario. And then that was kind of our idea. Then a little bit after that, we decided, how can we still help others? We're such a volume-based firm. We could still maybe help other PAs under their name. So maybe we were trying to do it to approach it under a white label type of scenario where, PAs who are a one-man band, we could handle their extra workload, right? To help them out. Then we decided maybe we could reach out to attorneys. We can be their consultant. We can handle their extra workload. And then eventually we decided to go to a conference once called Win the Storm. It was our first time there. And that's when we realized how many contractors, roofers,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and they were approaching us. We were going as white label. We were going as this to consumer type of public adjuster, and they would approach us like, "Hey, do you work for contractors? Hey, do you assist contractors? Hey," and we were like, "Wait a second, maybe we just have to turn our vision around here, shift it a bit." And we did have some help from others along the way who kind of shifted our vision, and we grew that vision, and we realized this is what we wanted to do. Of course, through that vision, we also realized some things may or may not work, and we kind of turned it around a little bit to get to what YVA it is today. But that's how we started.
Wow. Okay. And the goal definitely is to help the contractors out there. That's our main goal here at YVA. And through that, what do you think that we do to help them the most?
So we have a lot. So we now have an application that we have that basically streamlines their time at the property to help them out. So the faster they could get in, the faster they could get out, the faster they could get to the next home and the next sale. So they're not 1 to 3 hours at a property, taking a very long time to try to capture all this information. They get home, upload it to their computer, then send it to somebody in an email, make sure they got it through our streamlined app that we have. It's kind of like the information goes in, they know that we have our information, we push notification out, they can stay, up to date with what's happening with it. There's not a bunch of million different things they need to use. It's all in one for them. So it's a very quick, streamlined process. Then apart from that, we have our own in-house customer service team that handles the client's communication all the way through, so that could assure that the client stays happy from beginning to end, and it's an easy sale at the end for them to build that roof. And then, of course, we have our streamlined, claims process within YVA, which, we have our in-house public adjusters who settle the claims for them, who help them through the supplementing process. And, and then lastly, the main thing is that claim binder that we put together, where we put in all the justification that we need in order to, finalize the claim as quickly as possible for them.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing things that are new in the industry, right? So let's go. Let's be a little bit more specific. So when dealing with a claim, as we do, right? How important is having a well-made estimate? Because that's actually something very important that is going to be the basis of everything, right? So from your point of view, how important is it?
So I think that laying out a good estimate at the beginning is like laying a great foundation before building a home. So with a good foundation, the claim process should be a lot more seamless. So with the claim binder that we put together, we make sure that we include that line by line estimate. We include, the roof measurements, whether it be Eagle View, whatever system that we use for measurements. We then provide a weather report within that claim binder. We also include anything for coding in the area, manufacturer specifications, overhead and profit, anything else to substantiate what we're writing in our line by line. That's what we put together to submit to the carrier. And they love it, because we're virtual. There's even times where the adjuster's like, I don't even need to go back out there, just from the the photos and everything submitted. If the contractors do send well submitted pictures, then it's an easy race to the finish line, basically.
And that's the point for our estimate, basically, not to have to send them back. Correct. Everything it could be done the first time they go out there, and they don't have to deal with so much back and forth. So
we also I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No.
We also strive to try to further teach the contractors as well on how to take better pictures. What is it that will get you the claim approved? Because a lot of times they go in there and they're like, oh, damage, but they don't see the full picture. So apart from everything that we also offer contractor support. So if they need that extra training, if they need that extra help, we're here to assist them with that as well.
Okay. And what is the difference between our estimate, you would say, like the biggest difference between ours and other people's? And we call it our claims binder, obviously, because it's so comprehensive.
I don't know, honestly, what others are doing. However, I do know that just because of all the justification we do provide with ours, not everyone does do that. They may do it at different steps within the claim, which could sometimes delay it. The fact that we try to get everything and obtain it all at the beginning is, once again, what streamlines our process.
Great. And I can tell you, for example, from what I know in the industry, the estimate, yes, like you said, is basically the foundation for the claim, right? I know that uh, some people do struggle. Some contractors do struggle. They've told me themselves, with the estimate, with the content, with the pictures, specifically with the pictures, they struggle a lot. And by the way, we are preparing something about the pictures, so stay tuned. But anyway, so when a contractor is working on the scope of damage, what do you recommend, Isabel?
Always to provide absolutely everything. So the reason I say that, I'm gonna bring it down to a more granular level. What happens is a lot of times they forget that we're not there. They're the ones at the property. So they're like, oh look, a hail hit on the gutter, and so they send me a picture of the one hail hit on the gutter, and they look and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I see some more, but then they only send me the one picture with the one hail hit. And then when I ask them, they're like, yeah, but those gutters were completely damaged, and I was like, but you send me one picture. So sometimes they need to remember we're not there, that we don't see the bigger picture that they're seeing. So they need to paint that picture to us through images, through pictures, through a story, through information. So the more that they could provide to us, the better. So kind of give us the big picture of what's happening. So if you see that there is damage to that gutter, take a picture of that one and then all the other ones as well, so that I see, okay, wow, these gutters are fully damaged. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to send this to the insurance company, and they're also going to be like, well, I only see one hail hit on the gutter too. So it's to provide me as much as information as they can in order to paint the picture for me.
Agree.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. It's okay, Cesar.
I was going to ask you, Isabel. So on average, how many pictures do you think the average contractor has to take, for the estimate?
I would truthfully say, if we're looking at maybe an average 1,500 square foot home, and there is substantial damage to all areas, between 100 to 150 to 100 even. If we're looking at fencing, soft metals, gutters, siding. If we're looking at siding, we're looking at even more than more than that. So
okay, and yeah, I mean, they have to focus on the pictures, right? So you as a public adjuster, when you get, the pictures that the contractor sent, but they are not good, they are not accurate, they are not enough, what do you do in that situation as a public adjuster?
So in this, we have a file review process at the beginning where basically we review every file before we actually approve it to be filed. So if we see that when they do submit the submission, the pictures are not what they need to be, we do go back to them and tell them, to please provide further pictures for us to see if we could accept the file, to explain, what it is that we're looking for. Because sometimes, they'll send me drone pictures of the roof, and I'm like, how do I know if there's damage on this if you don't zoom in or show me where the hail hits is, show me where, or chalk up the roof, show me where where the wind damage occurred, where the creases are occurring, all of those type of things. So if I cannot substantiate an approval from their submission, I will send it back to them. But I also will ask, do you know how to, capture everything else? And if you don't, we will assist you. This is what you need to look for. This is what will show you wind damage. This is what will show you hail damage. Take pictures of the soft metals. Take pictures of the vents. Take pictures of, fencing things, or, window screens, things that supplemental that could also get affected by hail to prove the hail damage on the roof. So those are all the type of things that we ask for.
And so I know pictures, it's a huge thing to know how to send the right ones and to send a lot of them. But what are some other common mistakes contractors make, or even homeowners, when it comes to filing the claims? Anything outside of pictures?
So a lot of the things that nobody really sees, that we kind of see it when the PA actually has the file. A lot of times contractors go out and they're like, yes, home run, there's hail damage. But what they don't see is when I do get the file, that we file the claim, it's, well, did you know that this insured has had 3 to 4 claims and they've never repaired their roof? Oh, great. So those are those things that kind of put and the clients sometimes don't know this. The clients, sometimes the homeowners don't know that, like, they should have been told, but not what I say is a lot of homeowners are really misinformed about how the claim process works and everything they need to know about insurance. So they probably got to check. It wasn't enough. They probably repaired like 1 or 2 shingles, moved on with their life. And now when they have this really big storm, the insurance falls back kind of on, what happened there. And then other things that we get are date of losses are sometimes really big factors within this. The contractors would say, oh, well, I saw it started leaking today, so I'm going to start using that date of loss. And sometimes that affects, the claim process because they kind of fall back as to when did this occur? Not when did you observe it happening? So date of loss, pictures, prior information from the homeowner. Those are all things that really, that affect us sometimes.
Right. And we've said that before, Cesar, how it's very important for them to kind of get a background on the homeowner, their client, before they jump into everything, so they know what's going on, prior things that have happened in regards to the roof, in regards to damage. Yeah.
And then other things that we come across as PAs are, the type of policies these homeowners have. Sometimes they have EV policies that really, could really bring down, the amount that they're going to get to fix the roof. Deductibles. I've had homeowners with $10,000, $20,000 deductibles. So if you have a $27,000 RCV with a $20,000 deductible, now they really only have, I don't know, $4,000 if you consider depreciation, $4,000 to repair a $27,000 roof. Right. So those are all type of things that come into effect afterwards.
And how often does this happen? I mean, with let's say with the contractors that we have at YVA that have partnered with us, how often does this happen?
Every so often, we always get one or two, but we do inform them of the situation. We do tell them, look, we did file the claim, we did do this. However, after further review, this is what it is. You know what I mean? There's some factors that are out of what we could or cannot control.
So, I mean, we keep assisting the contractor and helping the contractor, right? So with the claim itself, right? So, from your point of view, for those contractors that are doing it on their own, how successful are they when they don't use a public adjuster?
I don't really want to speak to their level of success because they may have had lots of success. I just think that being a contractor, they do have limits they can't cross. They can't talk policy. So because they can't talk policy, that limits their level of arguments that they could use when it's time to, negotiate with the insurance company. So, they have a certain limit they can't cross. And because, that's what we as PAs, we could use the policy in order to get the homeowner what they need to bring them back to pre-loss condition. That's something the contractor can do. So that's already one obstacle for them. And then I think another obstacle is if they don't have enough staff, I guess we could say, within their, organization, they could reach a limit of workload. So would you rather sit at your office trying to negotiate claims, or would you rather be out there closing more deals, closing more roofs, and bringing in, more revenue into your business than sitting at your office, settling the 5 claims you got, bringing more revenue? Or would, letting YVA or any other company be the one to, work out your process while you're out getting 30, 40, 50 more claims instead of just getting 5, working 5, getting 10, working 10. If you want your revenue to increase, there's people to assist you with that. And YVA, one of the companies that can.
Very much agree.
Yeah, there's definitely resources, and we always talk about this, that people just don't realize. And again, this is new, this industry is new to me. I've come from marketing. So joining the industry, it's crazy to me how much there is to it. And a lot of people won't know about it unless they learn or they're taught. So it very much comes down to that. Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes they'll say, because we have to pay you a percentage, but I'm like, you're on let's say average on a $32,000, claim, we'll take what we take as a percentage. When you try to turn that back into how much you would have had to pay your staff members for the same amount of time, times your time out there obtaining scopes and pictures, plus your time out there to go and re-inspect the property 1, 2, 3, 4 times, plus your time added to how long you have to stay on the phone and try to negotiate, and all the time you spend chasing to reach those adjusters, when you try to flip it around with all that time that you took to do all of that, it adds up way more than the percentage you paid us. And now you could have closed on 20, 25 more deals, but you were in the office trying to close on 1. So those are the type of things that they need to look at.
I very much agree. Now, Isabel, from your point of view, what is the future in the industry right now? I mean, we're heading in a really cool direction at YVA, right? But in general, what would be the future in the industry from your point of view?
I honestly do think that technology is going to continue to be the future in the industry. Every day, I see more and more technology driven resources come to light in our industry. We have even payment technology. We have Ink that now does like, virtual endorsements that we also do use at YVA. We use Ink as a resource. Roof Hawk is also a new technology coming out that, using AI, they're able to, pick up hail hits using a drone. There's just so much technology being, created that I do think that YVA is on the right path for the future. And I do think technology virtual is all going to be the future, honestly.
What's your favorite new resource that's come out in the past few years? Or a few that you really enjoy working with.
Well, right now we are enjoying working with Ink.
Okay.
They've really helped streamline our payout process because they do help us with the mortgage endorsements, and because they do allow everybody to be on the platform. The funds get distributed electronically, so there's no back and forth of checks, back and forth of endorsements. So the check goes in, they handle what needs to be handled, and then everyone gets their funds dispersed into their bank accounts. So it's very quick for the contractor to get paid. There's no need to wait on a paper check. So, we upload those checks when they arrive to our office, and then it gets distributed to their bank account so they could start the projects a whole lot quicker.
Right. And this is something newer that we've added, but it's definitely growing.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage for everybody out there.
100%.
Right. Now, by the way, I do have to mention for those of you guys that just joined, if you have any question for Isabel, you can send the question. Okay. She's going to be here to answer to those questions. And if you didn't catch this live stream live, it's going to be uploaded to our Facebook page in like 10 minutes after we're done. Okay, so if you have more questions for Isabel, you got more questions for us, hey, just send a message. We will reply. Okay. Now, Isabel, from your position as director of YVA, what is your main goal at the moment and for next year?
Our goal for next year, honestly, would be every day I find ways to make the process better. But I do think by next year, although new things always come, to help us fix the process, I do think that by next year, we have pretty much brushed on and like pretty much perfected a lot of our process, our claims process. We did change around a few things from before to now, which was kind of, we had a lot of hands in the pot, kind of like, working on the claim. We kind of realized that having that one-on-one connection with the contractor, just have the PA make the connection, keep the relationship and settle the claim is the right way to go. So this time next year, we should have a lot more in-house PAs that are creating those relationships, keeping those relationships, and finalizing their claims.
Just a quick question too. What is some of the feedback you get from these contractors about the insurance process currently and working with the insurance company?
I'm not even gonna lie. Since maybe quarter 2 of this year, we're in quarter 3 now, even quarter 1, our feedback has definitely turned around. We've gotten so much better feedback. I did change some of the way that we operated, within the process. And ever since that change did transpire, even our old contractors are saying, oh my God, this process is so much better. That they really enjoy working with us. They're sending us even more claims now that they've seen how the new process works. And others are very happy, that we keep their clients happy as well. They honestly love the all-in-one, easy, streamlined application. It's a fact. You go out to the property, you get everything you need in one single click. It gets submitted to us, and through that same app, you get to see the updates on that file. So you never have to leave the application. So it's all through there. So, updates are inputted, you get a push notifications. We input checks, they get notifications. Then we use Ink, and it's all, electronically done to your email, to your bank account. So that whole back and forth of mailing, that whole back and forth of changing through the different programs, of calling and constantly calling your PA, all of that changes through just one simple streamline
Right.
process.
We've taken out all of that like physical work and put it all in
Into
just a
one
touch
place.
of a phone. Yeah.
It's A through Z service. You
Yeah.
have it all in one place.
Great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it even sounds like a little, commercial from the 80s. Everything will be in the palm of your hand, right? So
Yeah.
it is true.
And it's true,
Right?
yeah.
It
Basically,
is true.
that's actually very good. You from the palm of your hand, you have the scope. You then you get all your updates, and the money gets sent to your bank account that you can access through the palm of your hand. So it's all really there.
Exactly. It's a communication hub. I mean, it's a great tool that everybody has because, I mean, practically everybody has a smartphone, right? So they can go around with their smartphone, the app, and be aware of what's happening with their claims, of what's happening with their payments, everything. So
Correct.
that is something that, I mean, we're pushing really hard, and the contractors that have joined us, they are really, really enjoying it, and they see the huge advantage of it, right? So
We've
go
gotten
ahead,
a
you want
bunch
to say
of
something?
we've gotten a bunch of testimonial videos from a lot of the contractors that we use currently, and they are definitely loving it. So of course, there is some feedback like, hey, maybe what if you guys try this and try that, and I take absolutely everything into consideration, and if it's something that I could fit into the our processing, I definitely will, if that's what's definitely going to help them. So we don't completely change our entire process, but if there's any way I could tailor to that contractor, we definitely will.
I want to go and talk about a little bit about the insurance itself, and I just want to know, what's like the hardest thing to deal with the insurance company personally on your end, or what you've dealt with in the past?
Honestly, the hardest thing to deal with in the insurance is the same way that we change, they change. So today they don't want to pay for, they're saying that they don't want to pay for starters and, ridges and this because it's included in waste. When we finally find an argument to combat that and finally get it, now they change it to something else. And now we got to find a new argument to argue that. And it's like, we're battling with them and then they try to outbeat us. So whenever we think, we never have a complacency. Like, we finally got it. This is the way it's always going to work. It's a constantly changing thing. So every day they come up with something new. We'll send them an ego view. Oh, we don't accept ego view no more. Now we accept XYZ. And it's like, what? So it's always battling them, and they're always changing. So it's always a new argument that we have to come up with. It's always a new negotiation. It's never just a win-win. It's always an argument to get what we actually need, basically.
And if you're not in it every single day, it's hard to deal with. It's hard to understand also.
Yeah, correct. So you may think, okay, I found the argument to, obtaining my OMP. This is what I'm going to use. Great. It'll work for a week. Then the insurance company's like, wow, that argument that they're using is winning. Let's figure out another reason why we shouldn't, cover it. And now you leave for a month, you come back, and that's no longer going to work. So it's constantly revolving. You constantly need to be up to date with absolutely everything. And in a really weird way, you need to be a big visionary in how you're going to obtain what's needed. So
definitely.
Great. So, Isabel, we do thank you so much for answering all of these questions and for giving us this information. I hope that everybody out there is enjoying this information. This is actually really helpful, right? So, enough about business, enough about, insurance questions. Let's go ahead and ask you some real questions, some fun questions. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So let's go ahead and it's nothing like dangerous or anything. Nah. So first question. Okay, would you rather be working in an office every day or out there in the field?
I actually very much prefer working in an office every day. I have been a PA, so I have been out in the field plenty of times, but I do prefer the office setting. I do prefer to be in the inside, kind of, managing, making sure that all the pieces are working, than to be out in the field on top of a roof. And don't get me wrong, I could get on the roof, I could identify everything, but I'd rather just be in the office.
There you go. Even if it's freezing, like they say that it is.
It is freezing. It's always cold in this office, but they love it. The Floridians here love it. I'm originally from New Jersey, so it's different.
Yeah, I don't even I know we had an option to work remote and all of that, and I hated it. I literally said, I'm like, if all my employees are working remote, then I could be in the office. So I'm gonna go to the office.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Next question I have for you is, what makes you smile the most?
In terms of work or in terms of general?
General, anything
Food.
at all. Hmm.
Food.
Food. Yes. I love trying new foods. I like going to restaurants and trying new things. I like trying new restaurants.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think food definitely makes me smile.
Any favorite restaurants right now?
I like anything sushi related, like
Oh, same.
sashimi. I like sushi, tuna tartars. I like
Oh,
anything related to that,
you're
So
getting me hungry. Okay, Cesar, I think you're
Okay. Okay. So, what is one thing that you truly, truly hate?
it has to be food related mushrooms.
Come on.
Yeah,
I
Portobello
love mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
and other than that, like insects, roaches,
Oh,
worms, snakes, those type of things. No, not happening at all. Hate
oh
them
my
all.
God.
Mm-mm.
Creepy crawlers. Okay.
Yes. Oh no. Yes. 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 No. But in terms of food mushrooms and in terms of like maybe like that type of stuff, like creepy crawlers or just
Ugh.
not.
Okay.
Those things will ruin my day too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Well,
whole
you
time
already mentioned.
it's everywhere
I'm
where I'm
sorry.
at.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you here, summer, mosquitoes, flies, cockroaches, everything, right?
Oh,
But
no.
during winter, yeah, all of them are gone. All of them. So I think that we are the happiest when
Yeah,
all of
probably.
them are gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
still have
Yeah.
the
I guess.
lizards.
Yeah.
And I love the
So no.
lizards. They're so
Oh,
cute.
and one more thing that I do hate is it's pretty much like when one does not have common sense.
Mm.
That really, really bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. I
That's-
get you. Like what? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, true, true. Now you mentioned your favorite food, sushi, right?
Hmm.
What about your least favorite?
I'm probably
Mushrooms.
gonna get a lot of hate for this. But pizza, I do not like pizza.
Oh my god!
Really?
It primarily is the marinara sauce. I do not like marinara sauce and I don't like cheese. So
Oh, so that's the whole thing.
I mean, I would have understood if you would have said, "Yeah, chopped liver with onion." I mean, I understand that, but
no, I don't like
pizza.
marinara sauce and pizza. So and cheese. So those are the two things that make a pizza. However, if I get like a flatbread, Alfredo sauce, all these different toppings, it's a little bit different. But I don't eat pizza at all.
Oh my god!
That
Okay.
takes me back. We made a funny video, a reel. I asked everyone what their least favorite food is. Oh my God. Ahmad said, I think it was like cow balls, something like that. Some animal's balls. It was just, and he fills up pictures too. And he's like, yeah, it's a delicacy. But yeah, for some people it
The
is.
problem is that I would never even have any. I would
Right.
never really think about eating that. So that won't be my least favorite food. But since
Right.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
eat
that,
either. I don't eat burgers either. I'm not a big
Really?
burger fan. Yeah.
So
I can tell you there are tacos of what you mentioned, Noah, here. So yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
people eat them like just like that.
Interesting.
Tacos are
Well,
good. I love tacos.
Yeah,
Tacos
thank
are
you.
good. Yeah.
Tacos are the best.
I've eaten like cow tongue. That's a thing in my culture. So I don't know. Everyone has their thing. It's interesting.
Yeah, we do burritos, cow
Yeah.
tongue burritos. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, and those are really good, by the way.
Hmm.
But okay, now what is the best word for you, from your point of view, to describe the roofing industry, Isabel?
One word.
Mm-hmm.
Two. Huh.
You could say a sentence if it's easier.
Say somewhere between like visionary or ever changing, because I feel like it's something that's constantly changing. So revolving, I guess we could say maybe
Okay, that's a good one.
visionary, revolving, ever changing. Maybe if you put like that dash in the middle, like ever changing, make it one word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
along those lines. Yeah, I think every day something new. It's something new. Every day there's a new type of shingle. Every day there's a new type of roofing system. Tesla has like solar. Now there's like a whole solar side to roofing. There's always something new. So I really think it's revolving.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Great. So, anyway, Isabel, we have enjoyed so much having you here and all of the information that you gave us.
But wait,
I'm
you
sorry,
didn't even said your favorite foods.
Oh, God.
Mine? Come on. Okay, Noah, ladies first.
Listen, I love sushi. I'm obsessed with sushi too. Yeah, definitely. But I like it like plain. I don't like the crazy rolls. Like I prefer like just like you said, like sashimi. I like nigiri. Oh, love nigiri.
Okay. Mine is very simple. Which one is it?
The cow tongue
Tacos.
Yeah, tacos. I mean, look, the real taco is not the thing that they sell you at Taco Bell. I mean, that's not
No.
right. But real soft tacos, I mean, they can bring you some happiness whenever you eat them with salsa and lemon and oh my god, the meat. So it's good, right?
They're probably
And
so
after
authentic
that,
over there.
yeah, definitely. And after that, steak, any kind of steak, right? So yeah,
Depends
I'm
how
that
they
kind of
cook
thing.
it.
yeah. So it's what I like, right? Like Aldo saying here, al pastor. So yeah definitely. Okay, great. So
Isabel, do you have any other? I was going to ask,
Mhm.
do you have anything else to add that you want to share with our viewers?
I would just say give YVA a call, go through our onboarding, see what we're all about, and you'll see how we could change your business.
Yes.
Very much agree. So, Isabel, again, we enjoyed having you here with us so much. We appreciate everything that you shared with us. And for you guys out there, remember, this company is being handled by this lady here, and she's doing an amazing job. Okay. So, like she said, if you guys have questions, if you want to be on board, if you want to partner with us, get in touch with us. In the meantime, Isabel, we thank you once again.
We had such a good time.
Yeah, for a cool time. And the lady who doesn't like pizza, that's just like, wow.
Out of everything we talked about, that's what everyone's going to take from this.
That's what the comments were saying. So I think that was the highlight.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, thank you so much, Isabel. And hopefully we can have you back soon.
Okay.
But in the meantime, you go run the company. And thank you so much for being
killing
here.
it.
Of course. Thank you all.
Yes. And thank you everyone for joining us today. We will see you next Thursday, or I'm sorry, this coming Thursday. I'm like so ahead of this week already at 1 p.m. Join us. We're going to have Cam Wade from our sister company. He's going to come and talk about your large loss adjuster. And it's going to be super fun and great. Again, thanks, Isabel. And we'll see you guys all on Thursday. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys.